Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Janaea Swander here at Activating Interconnection, and my channel is all about talking about mental health related topics and also spiritually based topics, and sometimes a combination of both. In today's session with you, I wanted to talk about something that had inspired me on Facebook, which I'm going to tell you doesn't happen very often because I don't know about you, but I've gotten to a place on Facebook, like I'll go into it for a second, do a quick little swipe, see if there's anything major going on, like with somebody that I care about, and then I'm right back out. But yesterday I saw a post that just inspired me because I feel like it's just so true. And in the post, the comment was, don't lose yourself in the distractions. And that's one of the things I feel that we've really been majorly hit with over this past year. It's now April 2021, so throughout 2020, and it's not just viruses that we've dealt with, but there have been so many different issues and topics that have come up that if we give all of our attention to them, it's so easy to lose sight of this present moment and what's going on for us right now. It's easy to get wrapped up in them and completely forget the big picture. And our big picture, I don't think, is meant to be about viruses or jabs. I can't say the word because I want to stay on YouTube, but jabs in the arm or political things, or whether you're right or you're left or you're in between, or you're what you're for, what you're not for, what the color of your skin is, what it's not. Are you better than this or less than better than this person or less than this person? It's like all of those things, when we really just take ourselves out of it for a moment and take a step back and look at all of these topics that have been coming up really heavily over this past year, we can start to realize them for what they are. And they're distractions. They're distractions from us connecting more deeply with ourselves. They're distractions from us remembering to connect with each other. One of the hardest parts at the start of 2020 for me was completely feeling isolated, that I wasn't going to have anybody around me anymore. I wouldn't be able to gather with friends or be able to travel to see family or, have that in-person connection, which I feel is so important. I feel like one of the things that helps to keep us going is that social aspect. We're social creatures, and I felt like all that's being stripped away, and I didn't have anybody, in my home environment, right there to be able to connect with on a daily basis. And thankfully did have a wonderful friend who I've been able to connect with each week throughout this whole time. But it would have been so easy, and it was so easy at the time, to get caught up in, oh my goodness, what's going to happen? This is going to be this way forever, and I'm never going to see anybody again, and stuff. And that's, it's not true. It certainly isn't what has happened. And also, it was just one more distraction from reality, from what was actually true in my now moment. And I've noticed over this past year, it's so easy to get distracted with so many other things. We had the elections. We had the result of the elections. We've had the ongoing issues related to the elections and what may or may not have taken place. I don't even have any idea. I'm not in that world. I don't know. I don't know what's true or not true. And you may be going through some of that too, where you may or may not know what's true or not true. But I'm encouraging you to remember, just take a step back and to not get wrapped up in all of these various topics and distractions that keep getting thrown at us day after day after day. And we're the ones who get to dictate for ourselves if we're going to feed into it or not. I have found for myself that it works a lot better if I just take a moment, I'll check in, kind of see, okay, what are the distractions of the day, so to speak, what's going on right now that could be in some way taking me away from my own interconnection or my connection with the people in my life. And then I see it, like, okay, that's the stuff that's happening, I'm aware, but then I step right back out of it, turn off those devices that, those talking heads that are on the screen that are just saying, whatever fear-based message they happen to have for that day. Turn all of them off and be like, okay, what's actually true in this now moment for me? And that's when I'm able to realize what actually is and what isn't. That it's not about all of these other issues that may or may not be going on right now, or may or may not be portrayed correctly right now. I mean, and who's saying what to who, and who's hurting who, and who's doing what. I mean, all the different finger pointing we have going on, all these fingers we have going outward to everybody else, and not getting caught up in all of that. I'm not saying to not be aware of if there's something, an injustice that took place. Sure, if you feel called to address that injustice and to try to change the law or advocate for something or create a charity, go for it. Awesome. Get education out there. If that's what your calling is, do that. But let's not get caught up in all the distractions that are around us that are preventing us from seeing the truth of who we all are. I'm not this body, and you're not your body. I'm not the skin color that I am. You're not your skin color. You're much deeper than that. You're part of source. You're part of the universal energy. You're part of God. You're way beyond anything on the physical that you're able to see or to hold on to. So if we can stop letting all of these other things separate us from each other, think about what our world might be like then. And, so like not letting all of those things get in the way of what actually is important. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you look like, or what you wear, or what your home is like, or what your job is like, or how much money is in your bank account. Everything, none of that matters. Or if you're far right or far left in your viewpoints. The only thing that matters is how we are treating each other, and not allowing all of these distracting topics and these talking heads dictate to us how we're going to treat each other and how we're going to show up in the world. And so I'm going to leave you with that thought. Hope you will think for yourself, what distractions might be clouding your own judgment in your life. What maybe has taken hold that you might be ready to let go of. Maybe there's a TV that's ready to be turned off, or there's some programming or something that's ready to be let go of, or there's a subscription perhaps that you have that you're like, what, the material that they have just doesn't fit me anymore, and I'm ready to say goodbye and save that money each month or put it towards something else that is serving me. So I hope that you'll take that time to think through those things for yourself. And until next time, take care of yourself, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.